Okay, so good day everyone and welcome to MBA 203, the legal aspect for business here at World City College's Graduate School. I am truly glad to begin with this journey with you because this course goes beyond memorizing laws. No? It is about understanding how the legal environment shapes every decisions you make as future executive, of course, public administrators, or entrepreneurs. No? Whether you are handling contracts, managing people, entering business transaction, or adopting new technologies. No, the law is always present. No? Okay, so throughout the semester, no, and actually, my goal is to help you see the law not as technical burden, but as a strategic partner, no, that protects your organization and strengthen your leadership. No, throughout the semester, we will explore real and emerging issues, no, labor disputes, contract conflicts, digital privacy, corporate governance, e-commerce, and even ESG and fintech regulations. No, these are not uh, these are not theoretical topics. These are the same challenges companies and government agencies face every day. So I want this course to feel practical, no, relevant, and connected to your own professional experiences. You are encouraged to share insights from your own industries so that our discussions remain grounded and meaningful. As your professor, no, I am here to guide you, challenge your thinking, and support your growth. Now, this class is meant to cultivate responsible, ethical, and future-ready leaders. Now, I hope that by the end of the course, you not only understand the legal landscape, but also gain confidence, no, in making decisions that are compliant, dapat ay fair, and aligned with good governance. Let us make this learning experience engaging, insightful, and truly worthwhile. So I would like to inform everyone that our class will be recorded every meeting, no, and uploaded possible, no, to YouTube account. And these recordings, no, will serve as valuable review materials, especially as you prepare for your comprehensive exams. If you have any data privacy concerns, please note that you are not required to turn on your camera except during your assigned topic presentation. And during presentation, you are encouraged to ask questions and kindly place your questions in the Zoom or class in chat box. And this will be addressed by the presenter after his or her discussion. You may also add insights actually or comments in our group chat for further academic engagement. A reminder as well that I consistently use my licensed Turnitin account to check all your submission, no, including exams, quizzes, narrative reports, and other requirements. Only submissions with a maximum of 15% similarity index and up to 20% AI writing detection will be accepted. No, please. Okay, so please ensure that your work is original, properly cited, and reflected of graduate level academic integrity. Okay? Okay, so no need for this, no, I think. Okay, so I am your professor for the entire semester for legal aspect, no. So I have two associate degree, I have seven baccalaureate degree, I have five master's degree program. I have already in my third year level for my Juris Doctor, no? And I have six doctorate degree and seven honoris causa postgraduate program. Okay? So for us to start, no, this course, no, legal aspect for legal aspect for business. No? This course explore the legal environment of business, no? Covering the key principles in contracts, agency, labor and employment, competition, e-commerce, and intellectual property. No? Uh, Emphasis is placed on applying these frameworks to business decision making, risk management, and ethical practice. Now, you will acquire legal literacy through case studies and discussion, which will enable you to analyze issues, anticipate regulatory challenges, and incorporate legal considerations into strategic business planning on global and local scale. Na? So, okay, so this will be the course intended learning outcomes. No, understand the foundation of business law, interpret and apply contract law principles, evaluate agency and sales laws, analyze labor and employment regulations, examine corporate law and governance frameworks, no, apply principles of intellectual property, consumer protection, and competition law, assess the legal implication of taxation and e-commerce, and develop legal literacy and critical thinking skills. Okay? So now, at present, no, ito po yung enrolled. No? So we have 3 enrolled already and the other is enlisted. Okay? And looking forward po to have at least 20, ano, sana if possible. Okay? Then this will be your assignment. No? So as what we have here, no, for this course, in Module 1, no, next meeting, because we have an alternate classes, no? So the nature and sources of business law, we are expecting that in this first module, we set the foundation by understanding what business law truly means in the real world. Because as MBA learners, you don't need to memorize every statute, no? Statute, no? But you must understand how the law affects business decision. Business law shapes how we create contracts, hire employees, protect assets, and manage risk. No? It guides leaders to make responsible and ethical decisions that protect both the organization and its people. We will also explore the key sources of law, no? The Constitution, statutes, regulations, and jurisprudence, no? And understand how they interact. This matters. This matters because in real business setting, decisions often depend on which legal sources can greater authority. So by learning this, no, you will be more confident reading policies, analyzing risk, and communicating with legal counsel. So by the end of this module, you should be able to appreciate law not as a burden but as a strategic tool. No? The goal is to help become a manager who understands legal boundaries and uses them to create a stronger, more sustainable business environment. No? In module number 2, the presenter is Alcaraz Joel. In this module, explain why countries differ, no, in how they interpret and enforce the law. So many Philippine business laws follow the civil law tradition, but we also integrate principle from common law, no, especially in commerce and in international dealings. No? Understanding this system is essential if you plan to work with multinational companies or foreign partners. We will humanize, no, this concept by connecting them to actual business scenarios, such as how contracts are interpreted differently or why dispute outcomes vary depending on the legal system a company or a legal system a company enters. No? And this distinction affect global expansion, no, strategies, compliance, and international negotiation. So by understanding both systems, you will develop flexibility in thinking and avoid making assumptions when dealing with cross-border transactions. Now, this module is about cultivating global awareness as a business leader. No? And module number 3, to be discussed by Mr. Dulay, no? In the business world, almost everything you do is rooted in contracts, no? Employee contract, suppliers agreement, partnership, leases, and more. So this module demystifies what makes a contract valid and enforceable. We will also unpack terms like offer, acceptance, consideration in breach, no? But in a way that connects directly to your experience as professionals, no? We will discuss realistic cases such as delayed delivery, unclear terms, or agreements done through email or chat, and understand how courts interpret this situation. So many disputes arise not from bad intention, but from poor communication and weak documentation. And this module will teach you how to avoid that. Because by the end of this module, you should be able to draft, to evaluate, and to negotiate contracts with more confidence, ensuring clarity, fairness, and protection for both parties. For module number 4, to be discussed by Ms. Mayan, no, law on agency and sales, no, agency relationship exists, no, everywhere in business, whether you formally acknowledge them or not. This module helps you understand authority, liability, and how principals and agents become legally bound by each other's action. This is crucial when you delegate tasks or authorize someone to transact on behalf of your company. We will also cover sales law, no, delivery, um, warranties, the risk of loss, and good faith practices. These are real concern in procurement, retail, distribution, and even online business transaction. You'll see how simple mistakes like unclear terms or unauthorized commitments can lead to financial and legal consequences. So by mastering agency and sales principles, you will become more effective in managing teams, no? Protecting your employers, and making informed decision when entering a sales agreement. No? Module number 5 to be discussed by Ms. Eugenio, no, labor and employment law. No, this module focuses on the heart of any organization, its people. No, we will discuss hiring practices, employee rights, employer obligations, due process, termination, and fair compensation. This law exists to protect both workers and legitimate business interests. And being aware of them allows you to lead with empathy and compliance. We will also discuss by exploring real workplace scenario, no? Disciplinary issues, uh, contract disputes, management prerogatives, and human resource concern. You will understand why certain policies exist, what the law allows, and how to prevent labor cases that could damage the organization. And this module helps you become leaders who balance productivity with compassion, ensuring a safe and legally compliant workplace. No? For module number 6, assigned to Ms. Richel, corporate law and governance. No, here we discuss the legal structure of corporations and how governance frameworks ensure accountability, transparency, and ethical leadership. As future executives, it's essential to understand concepts such as shareholder rights, board responsibilities, and corporate controls. Now, we'll relate these concepts to real corporate situation, conflicts of interest, ethical dilemmas, and decision-making that affects stakeholders. Governance failures lead to scandals, tama po ba? But strong governance strengthens trust and sustainability. So this topic prepares us to become responsible corporate leaders who uphold integrity, compliance, and long-term organizational health. Okay? Module number 7 to be discussed by Mr. Sir Rogelio, no? Intellectual property rights in business. Now, in today's knowledge economy, ideas are currency. No? Ideas are currency. No? And this topic teaches us how trademark, copyrights, patents, and trade secret protect business innovation. Whether you create branding materials, write proposals, or develop systems, intellectual property laws secure your competitive edge. No? We explore cases of intellectual property theft, plagiarism, counterfeit products, and digital privacy. So you'll understand how to protect your own work and how to avoid infringing on others, especially important in digital marketing and product development. So by the end, you'll appreciate the intellectual property as both a protective shield and a business asset that strengthens brand in identity and market value. Module number 8, discussed by Sir Paul Timothy, no? Consumer protection and competition law. Businesses must operate with fairness, transparency, and accountability. So this topic covers law that protect consumer against fraud, misleading advertisements, abusive practices, and unsafe products. So these principles influence everything from pricing strategies to customer service. No? So we also discuss competition law, including antitrust and anti-monopoly concerns. No? And this topic shape how companies expand, merge, or compete in the market. Violation lead to penalties, reputational damage, and legal consequences. So this chapter develops our ability to design ethical business practices that build consumer trust and long-term loyalty. Very interesting, module number 9, no? Ito yung enrolled ko ngayon, taxation sa law, no? By Oliveros, no? Or Miss Oliveros, no? Ito yung subject ko ngayon, taxation, ano? Sa Juris Doctor. So, taxes are not just computation. They are strategic consideration for business survival. So we will discuss legal tax obligation, tax planning, compliance, and how the BIR evaluates transaction. So understanding taxes help us manage costs, avoid penalties, and plan for sustainable growth. We will use relatable example for VAT issues, withholding taxes, business deduction, and common audit findings. So you understand how taxation affects real operations because many businesses fail not because of poor sales, but because of poor compliance. After this chapter, we should be able to incorporate tax awareness into everyday business decision. For module number 10, kay Madam Jessa May, no? O sir ba to? Mamba or sir? Kasi may Dave. Okay? So, E-Commerce Act, no? Digital transactions are now part of daily business operations. So, whether we like it or not, no? This is Shopee, andyan sila, e-commerce, and so on and so forth. And this chapter familiarize you with the legal requirements for online platforms, electronic signatures, privacy, and digital evidence. You will understand how online contracts become valid and enforceable. We will examine real online business scenarios, no, fraud risk, customer complaints, return policies, and dispute resolution. And these cases highlight how technology changes the way we transact and the legal protection needed to keep business secure. And this module equips us to navigate digital business environments with confidence and compliance. For module 11, assigned po kay Prince, no? Alternative dispute resolution and business ethics. No? Conflict are unavoidable in business. Alam po natin yan. Aware tayo lahat. But litigation is not always the best solution. And this chapter introduces mediation, arbitration, negotiation, and other peaceful dispute resolution strategies. Now, this save time, money, and relationship at the same time. We will also explore business ethics, how personal values shape professional decisions. Many legal issues arise not from bad policies, but from poor ethical judgment. So case studies will help you reflect on integrity, fairness, and accountability. So this module helps us develop both legal awareness and moral clarity in your leadership. For module number 11, said Wick, or Rose, kayo Miss Rose, international business law and trade regulations. No? Globalization exposes businesses to international rules and trade agreements. Now, this module explains how cross-border transaction, tariffs, no, custom regulations, and international contracts operate. No? Understanding this principle prepares us, no, for regional and global business activities. We will discuss real scenarios, no, such as export compliance, international shipping disputes, foreign investment, and global supply chain issues. These cases show how local decisions can have global consequences. So by the end, you will be confident navigating international regulatory environments and global business opportunities. So Module 13, kay Miss Arlene, no? Data privacy, cybersecurity, and digital compliance law. This module addresses one of the most urgent issues in business today, protecting data. We will study the Data Privacy Act, cybersecurity obligations, breach management, and digital compliance frameworks. No? Technology offers convenience but also creates risk. No? So we will examine real incidents of cyber attacks, phishing, data leaks, and system vulnerabilities. And this example will help us understand how compliance protect customers, employees, and organizational integrity. So this module transforms you into a leader who values digital responsibility and ethical data management. So mga samaan pa po na student. So ang next topic, Module 14, Environmental, Social, and Governance and Legal Frameworks and Sustainability Compliance. Ano po? So environmental, social, and governance or ESG practices are now major priorities for investors and regulators. No? These modules helps you understand the legal foundation of sustainability reporting, ethical sourcing, environmental protection, no, and the responsible corporate behavior. So we will connect ESG concept to the real corporate cases, no, pollution violation, unsafe labor practices, and governance failures. These issues shows why ESG is no longer optional but a business imperative. Yes. So this module prepares us not to lead organizations towards sustainable, responsible, and future-ready operations. Excuse me. And for Module 15, FinTech, Digital Assets, and Regulatory Technology or RegTech, no? So, ma-assign din po ito sa mga susunod na darating pa. Kung meron pa po mga ma-add, magdadagdag po tayo ng topic. Okay? For the meantime, hanggang Module 15 muna tayo. So, Module 15, the future of business is digital. And this module explore emerging technologies such as digital currencies, blockchain, online payment system, and automated regulatory tools. While this innovation offer convenience and financial inclusion, they also bring complex legal challenges. Now, we will discuss fraud risk, financial regulations, licensing requirements, and compliance issue faced by fintech companies. Now, real-world examples will help you understand both opportunities and risks. So take note, all of your assigned topic must have a case study. Discuss kayo ng case study, then ano yung naging solutions, okay? So this module develops your capacity to responsibly adapt innovation while ensuring legal and regulatory compliance. Okay? So what do we expect from you in this class? Okay? So you need, of course, to submit all your requirements. No? You need to attend classes. No? Alternate po tayo using right now Zoom, but later on, we adapt class in. Ano po? Okay? Then you are required to have your Zoom or Google account or Google Meet or yung ngayon class in, ano? So Microsoft Office application, no? Pwedeng may Word, may PowerPoint, or any other software naman, pwede naman, o kahit open source, okay? So for this course, your performance will be assessed through several major requirements designed to strengthen both your analytical and practical skills. You will begin with a pre-recorded presentation. So I was already presented your assignment. So you may start doing your pre-recorded presentation, which will serve as your prelim exam. No? And this presentation allows you to interpret a legal concept or case in your own words and demonstrate how it applies in a real workplace situation. It is your chance to show clarity, insight, and your ability to communicate professionally. You will also complete a case study, midterm exam, narrative reports, and final exam. So the case study will help you analyze scenarios using the legal principles discussed in class, and the narrative report is intended to help you reflect on a legal issue from your workplace or industry and connect it within the framework we studied. The midterm and final exam will check your comprehension, critical reasoning, and ability to apply the law in problem-solving situation and rather than mere recall of concept. All submission must be sent through Google Drive or Google Classroom or Orange App LMS. So if you have concern or clarification, you may email me directly to dean.graduateschool.wcc.edu.ph@gmail.com. And these requirements are structured not to overwhelm you, but to ensure that you walk out of this course with stronger legal awareness and leadership maturity skills that every MBA graduate is expected to carry into your profession. Okay, so the format of your file name for all submission must begin with your surname and first name. So please follow this example. Okay, so this naming format must be applied consistently to every requirement, including written outputs, videos, presentation, and examination. Proper file naming ensures organized record keeping and faster verification of your submission. So grading system, major exams, class standing, case study, attendance, and others. Okay? Then, in World City Colleges, 198 to 100, plot 1, 95 to 97, 125, 92 to 94, 1.5, 89 to 91, 1.75, 86 to 88, dos. Below 85, 5, pre-enrolled. Okay? Then, good luck.